Let's take a look at linear regression in Excel. If you want to know if I spend an extra $1,000 on ads, how much revenue will I get back? Well, we're going to go ahead and build a regression model, display our equation, display our R squared, and then also how to read our slope and calculate our exact return on investment. So here we have 12 months of data. Our first is going to be the ad spend in column A. This is going to be our independent variable, or X. This is the thing that we control. Next is going to be our revenue, which is in column B. This is going to be our dependent variable, or Y, and this is the result, or the result of our ad spend. So now go ahead and make sure that your independent variable, or X, is in the left-hand side, and then your dependent variable, or your Y, is on the right, because Excel is going to go ahead and read this from left to right, and this will ensure that your axes are correct and automatic. So now go ahead and select your data. What we're going to want to do is create something to visualize the relationship between these two variables. So go ahead and click it, and then go to Insert. Once you're in Insert, you're going to want to go to Charts, and then go down to Scatter. And it'll create a chart that looks something like this. You'll notice as our ad spend increases, our revenue also increases, but we don't really know how much. So we're going to need to add a trend line, and we can go to the plus and then add our trend line. You should get some sort of dotted line like this, and we can further elaborate by clicking the arrow here and then going down to more options. And then we're going to want to look at these options down here. So you'll notice that there is a display equation on chart. We can go ahead and click that. And then upon clicking it, we'll see that we have this formula here. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger for us to read. So we have y is equal to 11.488x plus 1276.5. Our y is going to be our revenue, and then our x is going to be our ad spend. And then finally, our 11.488 is going to be our slope. This is our return on investment. It means that for every $1 we spend on ads, we're going to get 11.488 back in revenue. This is our lever that we can go ahead and manipulate to see what our revenue would be. And then finally, we have the intercept. This is our baseline. It means if we spend 0 on ads, we would still make around 1276.5 in organic sales. So we can go ahead and add an R square as well. Go back to that plus tab, trend line, and then go to more options. And then you'll see this display R squared value on the chart. Once we click that, we'll get our R squared value, and we can make it a little bit bigger as well. What this R squared value is essentially telling us, this is going to be the relationship. So R squared is usually from 0 to 1. R squared is from 0 to 1, and 1 means a perfect prediction, and 0 means that the data is random noise. Our value is 0.98, which is incredibly high. This means that 98% of our revenue growth is explained by our ad spend, so we can trust this model in predicting some future values for us. So let's go ahead and try to use this formula here. This y is equal to 11.488x plus 1276.5. So go down here. Let's do a hypothetical situation. Say, for example, we want to see if we spend $5,000 next month, how much would we see in our revenue? So go ahead and type equals, and then what we'll go ahead and do is 11.488, and then multiply that by 5,000. And then go ahead and add your intercept here, which will be the 1276.5. So in this case, it looks like we would get around $58,716.5 as a result of spending $5,000 in revenue.